Hi, and welcome to Elements of Style, a study in creative identity. I'm Imani Rosario Hubbard, and today I'm joined by my dad, Dr. Sean Hubbard. Together, we're examining style as strategy by looking at Rachel Scott's dual presentation at New York Fashion Week, her independent label, Diotima, and her debut at Proenza Schouler. This episode, we're asking, how does authority dress? And how do you remain recognizable under an expanding lens? Let's find out. Okay.
Imani, I'm looking forward
Hi
to
there.
learning again today.
Yes.
Generational teachings.
Yeah, thanks for joining me to talk about style as strategy. How does authority dress? So,
That's a strong,
right?
that's, thank you for that. A very strong title today. I was excited just to hear it. So I'm even more excited to be a participant. So that's good.
Yeah, so what caught my eye this week was during Fashion Week, Rachel Scott had two shows. Um At first, I thought it was the same show everyone was just talking about, but Rachel Scott, she's a Jamaican-born, New York-based fashion designer, and so she has her own brand, Diotima, and also she was just named creative director of Proenza Schouler, and so which is an incredibly chic brand that I really aspire towards that aesthetic, but yeah, so she just had two really great shows. Her ability to have such strong brand within her personal, um, because it's a huge deal to have two shows at the same in the same week,
No
like
kidding.
during
Wow.
one of the busiest weeks in fashion, and
Right.
but it's clearly important to her to maintain her own brand and her own values while also stepping to this new role and doing a different, sort of taking herself and doing a different thing. So I wanted to sort of outline some of that strategy. I find it very inspiring. But she's a Jamaican-born designer, and so I had first seen when I was looking at, okay, who is this? I realized I had first seen some of her knitwear pieces for her personal brand,
Hmm.
Diotima. They're just very striking to me because I mean we've all seen knitwear and they're crochet, but they sort of have a sculptural sort of they come off the body in a very interesting way. And it's not I look at a lot of fashion and it's not often that I actually uh want something so bad. I was like, I'm gonna get my hands on one of those one day, but I've just never seen knitwear like that. And I didn't really know the story behind it. It's very clear branding, but I didn't really know if it was an African brand or like Caribbean. But yeah, so she's Jamaican. She was saying that Jamaica's fashion aesthetic sort of globally has pretty much stayed like where it's been in like the 70s and 80s with the popularization of dance hall and reggae, that she wanted to
That's a
yeah,
good point.
bring a more dynamic and real energy, like, to a global stage of what's happening in Jamaica in terms of structure and fashion and crochet. And so she started, 'cause I think about, like, those like, the Rastafarian colors, those, like, crochet mesh sort of things, and yeah, but it's not that at all, but she worked with some of the same crochet artists and makers doing her work, but yes,
I love
I
that because it seems
I
like
love it
it was
too.
fertile ground,
Exactly.
and it was far time for somebody to step up and say, hey, look, we can do something more. We're about more. We have updated looks. Don't stop there.
Yeah, yeah, so and I hadn't really so, I mean, I had thought about it because I also identify with being Caribbean. So I have thought about incorporating certain things, and I end up only basically having like jewelry, like shells and different stones and things. But the shape of it, everything in my mind is tight or something. Everything is sort of it's so hot and humid. I wasn't really thinking about how you could take crochet and make it come off the body and sort of the way she does, yeah, breathable, structural garments. Yeah, I just love her ability to translate that. Yeah, without even sort of knowing her, I had seen these amazing knitwear pieces last year or something, and yeah, they were just so striking. I was like, I need that. I have literally never seen
Mhm.
um crochet like that.
That that seems like an opportunity for her also because people generally have a favorable opinion of Jamaica, you know,
Fun
kinda
and
lighthearted, kind of
beautiful.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
beautiful, and,
yeah.
live and let live kinda thing. And so if she could give it like an updated sort of, appeal, with her own personal style on it, that's awesome. Thank you for that.
So a lot of her work, yeah, a lot of her work is rooted in Jamaica for Diotima specifically for her brand is rooted in
Okay.
Jamaica. Yeah, actively working with colonial mindsets and sort of actively interplaying with those narratives and sort of redefining that self-authorship sort of thing of deciding how you want to look and be portrayed on like a global stage and the luxury stage as well. She said, specifically like luxury doesn't only come from one place and we can redefine what that looks like and that be craftsmanship and that be all these other things. So yeah, specifically for the show she had it was fall 2026 that just came out. She she sort of based it off of a Cuban artist. She was saying that she saw a lot of parallels between her own artistic career and design career and Wilfredo Lamb, who is a Cuban artist who ended up going to Europe to pursue arts and then going back and sort of recontextualizing their work and having a active political and creative um, mindset and making sure that that's a part of everything they do. And I love
Perfect.
this part where, so actually I'll take a step back because the brand Diotima it's from a story where Diotima, she teaches Socrates about love, in like a philosophical myth. And when she's talking about love, she's saying if you can love a beautiful person or a beautiful thing, you can love anything. Like love is expansive. It's yeah, if you can love one thing, you can ultimately love anything. It sort of grows and grows and isn't like an infinite sort of love is beauty itself and it's sort of this expansive thing. And so um
I love that.
that yeah, that sort of play between love and beauty and having it be an entrance to touching the greater world. Um Rachel Scott sort of not only took the parallels of Wilfredo Lamb's life and saw a lot of his work and saw herself in the journey, but also she said that he treated his work as like a Trojan horse, like that his work is like this beautiful dynamics, bringing messages in with it of greater topics and sort of you see it and it's striking and beautiful and sensual, but also yeah, it has purpose and meaning, but bringing European aesthetics and also, yeah, mixing them with his own ideals and Cuban and Afro-Cuban stuff. I love that idea of beauty as a Trojan horse to bring
Oh,
real change and real strong messaging.
I love
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah,
Excellent, excellent. A Trojan horse, that makes you stop and think like, "Hey, wait a minute, what's happening?"
right,
But but bringing positive messages, and,
yeah,
eh, bringing information, bringing, context,
yeah,
bringing experiences,
yeah,
Yeah.
strategically bringing in thoughtful and having people engage with things they maybe weren't planning to coming to see you know a cool piece of work. But yeah, I love that idea. So in this fall show she sort of takes prints of his work and has them digitally printed, but also um a lot of texture like printed on wool and shearling, also that he was like a cubist surrealist artist, so a lot of the crochet and knit is sort of in these geometric patterns, and she mimics a lot of the feel and the shape. I love her interpretation of his work instead of just because what I would think, oh, cubist artist, maybe I would make a bunch of boxy pieces, but it's very, she took a different narrative approach. Fredo Lamb, he painted several times like that. He just kept painting this sort of figure of a woman and a horse. It's like a horsewoman sort of thing in a surrealist style. And she ended up naming the show after it. Like, yeah, it's, yeah. So she has like sort of equestrian boots, and like big skirts and dresses and sort of different, fur and texturally mimicking that like morph between like a horsewoman thing in the show. The show's called Femme Cheval, which is what
Mm,
he called the horse lady. So
hmm.
yeah, I love her
You mean,
interpretation.
I wonder if I could ask you about the Cubist art. Um,
Hmm.
is that art which has at its basis cubes? I mean, help me out with
Um,
that.
so Cubism, it was a is a movement and a style, and it was a modern art style of, and basically it's a type of abstraction in work. So like taking a form or a figure and imagining it in geometric shapes, a lot of straight lines.
Mm,
Yeah, it's just a lens of abstraction to view
okay.
something. Yeah,
Mm,
making it very geometric, and so then you end up making something quite surreal because I mean it's still a figure, but sort of in these shapes. I would think you would think that she would have done like just boxy, sort of silhouettes, but yeah, I love her. I loved her take on it. Um,
right.
yeah, super, super thoughtful, but yeah, a lot of texture.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and different motifs. She had some where it was dresses and then, that Cuban shirt with the stripes? It's
Yeah.
like a button up.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
some like that. So referencing his, yeah, I don't know. I thought that was like silly. But I enjoyed
Yeah.
her interpretation of his work and his life, and she worked with his estate to do that, but to have the prints
Fabulous.
on the dresses. For the crochet pieces, she worked with Mexican refugee artists. They have a program where, yeah, they have crochet artists that are Mexican refugees, and she had like the ice out pin. Like she was very much like decolonial upfront.
That's what you can do with art and style and fashion. You can talk about things and say things that maybe,
Exactly.
in other formats, they might cause more, get people's dander up faster.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a great show. Oh, also, she had Rama front row. That was the only show Rama went to the. I thought that'd be funny, but yeah, she had her front row. That was the only show she went to in the whole fashion week. Yeah,
Okay.
I think
Real
that
nod.
something about that. Yeah,
So that's a nod.
with
A nod. That's,
exactly.
yeah.
So she had this show, which was incredibly personal, and then sort of these really intentional references to her own life and yeah, that parallel journey. And then also she had her debut at Proenza Schouler. So this week as well. It's a very New York brand. It's an extremely New York brand. Um
And
Very
what's it called again?
metropolitan. Proenza Schouler.
Okay.
So I think a good way to, have you ever seen the show Couples Therapy? It's on Showtime.
Missed it.
No, there's this it's this therapist that hosts the show, and she
Hmm.
has this extremely quiet, calm but like intense aura. It's in New York. One time I was looking at this beautiful asymmetrical like lush sweater she had, and I was like, why, like she just always has these cool pieces. And I looked it up and it was Parental Schooler, and I was like, that makes sense for her. Like that's the type of woman. It's like intense and intelligent and sort of thoughtful.
Right.
Um metropolitan woman, and I also just I associate that with, yeah, that I when I saw her wearing it, I was like, that makes exact sense to me. Like, yeah, that type of woman I feel like is for that brand. Sort of, she has sometimes like little braids in her hair. She looks like, yeah, like just a cool chic lady, looks well traveled and sort of learned. But this is Rachel Scott's debut as the creative director. Yeah, so it's very interesting, to have such a s chic New York cornerstone and have her interpret, yeah, interpret this different woman, through her lens
Interpret.
and through her, yeah, through her craftsmanship, sort of. And she said her
Mhm.
her approach to them both, to designing for both, is very different. One, because Diotima is so, personal to her, but then her what's the same is her process of research and of seeing it through materiality and silhouette, and
Mhm.
sort of, yeah, but more as a different woman. So this show, it had a lot of asymmetric details, a lot of, actually, what was most striking to me immediately was the, makeup, which I don't get to talk about a lot. I love, runway and editorial makeup. So
Mhm.
the makeup in this show, they had some models walk out with like one eye of eyeliner this way, the other half sort of half drawn on makeup, and sort of
Yeah,
half drawn on lips. And
catchy.
they're walking fast. It's sort of a woman unconcerned with perfection, someone like with somewhere to go, a woman walking places to be, somewhere to go, and
Powerful.
sort of buttons sort of askew intentionally,
Mhm.
and, a real movement to the shoes, these beautiful leather fringes. It feels like a timeliness to it, like intentional, um, yeah, intentional disarray. But yeah, it's extremely, yeah, it was extremely striking. I really will probably remember that makeup for a long time.
Yeah,
It's very striking, but yeah.
yeah. Kinda says, like, "I'm here, I'm present," you know, and
Yeah.
memorable also.
Yeah.
"You gotta
S
remember me."
um, exactly, yeah. So the show notes that 'cause I wish I could access every show's show notes, but they don't publish them all the time. But, I read a part of it, and it said, she's aware of what the world asks of her. This woman that the show, the theoretical woman of the show, is aware of what the world asks for her, but unwilling to acquiesce. It's unconcerned with perfection, unconcerned with trying to do everything and be everything for everybody. Yeah, very
Empowering.
metropolitan. Yeah, I feel like it just
Mhm.
got places to be and stuff to do, important stuff to do. Yeah, there's sort of a balancing to it. It's very not taking itself too seriously, but still extremely chic and structured. I didn't really see too much of her signature until the last two looks, which were like, they stood out a little bit because they had her sort of drama and the structural elements. But yeah, I loved her sort of ability to say, yeah, to still be saying things and having, yeah, both her projects be very, very clear, and yeah, to be that authority in this moment of one of the most chic New York fashion houses, like at the moment, the people, real women wear Proenza Schouler, So yeah, I think that was,
Fantastic.
yeah, I love it, but yeah,
I was gonna ask you if you
mhm.
saw her personal, signature and if it showed through each of these, shows, if you got a chance to see, "Oh, yeah, that's her element right there. That is that common element that she brings."
Yeah, it was mostly in those last two looks. She definitely had some crochet, but it was mostly in the last two looks. I would say there's these, leather fringe details on the trim. And I think the structure of it, the way it sort of comes off the body, is
Sure.
sort of reminiscent of Diotima's, yeah, dynamic, sort of structured.
Excellent.
Um, yeah, I love her use of print. Also, she used some digital, orchids and stuff.
Hmm. Mm.
Um, but it's very controlled, this show. It is that like sort of intentional skewing. But
Mm.
it's very controlled. I would say the whole aesthetic of the show. But yeah, I think it's beautiful work and very effective, but I love her ability to never hold personal punches in her own work, and still I love that she was chosen for this role. I mean, I trust her to be like thorough though in a vision. So
Right. She
yeah,
gonna represent.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Thank you.
So but yeah. Did you have anything for in the lab?
In the lab, I can't say that I have anything in particular in the lab. I'm absolutely trying to be pragmatic, and you know, we're dealing with some interesting weather outside, and so we do have to take that into consideration, even down here in Florida. And so I'm wearing this scarf, and it is absolutely necessary. You know, it's not just a statement. And so, I'm focusing on pragmatism, and I would say that's kind of where I am these days. What is it that I need to show up in that helps me get done what I need to get done? And I think that's kind of a theme that it's been in the background anyway, generally. I'm moving at light speeds in some areas. So pragmatism is kind of a theme going on right now for me.
Yeah, that's
How about
necessary.
you? Yeah.
Right now I've been organizing stuff. It's sort of I've been calling in a friend and sort of having people come and sit with me because I feel the need to sort of purge a lot of clothing pieces and yeah, stuff I don't necessarily wear. Um it feels scary though. Uh
Mhm.
because I remember very in recent memory of some of these things being vital to my outfits. So then it feels actually dangerous and weird to be like,
Yeah.
I think I'm done, but they're still in great condition. They still fit. It's just I would love to have less. So then I'm like, oh, it's sort of yeah, it's sort of this weird moment, and then I have to try to see into the future of whether or not I'm on some sort of trend that I don't notice, or if this is like truly I'm speaking to my future when I'm making these sort of decisions. And I mean, I'll mentally be done with whole categories and
Yeah.
sort of think, I can't tell. I won't know until I know
Yeah.
if I want that
Yeah.
stuff back, then I can't get
Oh
it.
my
But
god.
yeah,
Oh my god.
trying to see in the future a little bit and because there's an idea I see a lot of timelessness, and
Yeah.
I don't think that's real. um I don't think that exists. So um yeah, I don't think that's real because I think, and also aspiring to
Yeah.
timelessness, I mean, not only does that, as a person who loves fashion history, that doesn't make any sense, but also like um I'm not above my time that I'm in. You know what I mean? I exist
Yeah.
here right now, and I love things from the past, and I aspire to other things, but I'm here now. I would like to look it like it. I would like to look like I am me right now. So it ha- I'm not opposed to all trend. It is just sort of when I don't even know that I'm on trend, and I look back and I'm thinking, oh, I was completely influenced and I didn't even notice, sort of
Oh,
thing,
right.
you know? But yeah, just sort of doing these edits, and they're kind of making me spiral a little bit and try to know things I couldn't possibly know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is fun. It's sort of envisioning 30. What will I look like? Is that 30? is this purse coming with me to 30? No. You know? You know what
Okay,
I mean? So
I have to mention that I have this cardigan sweater, and, I've had it since I was turning 18, and I think I have kept it on the basis that I've said that, it's a cardigan sweater. It's timeless, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Right, whatever
But,
that means. Right.
I was supposed to wear it for the show, but I have to bring it, you know? It's just got a crazy story associated with it too, but that's the other reason why I can't just what am I gonna do with it?
Right, I mean, there it's fine to have I think there's a those pieces, it's good. I think you can have those pieces, and there's no problem. But when I have so many of I have I have a whole wardrobe of 20 years old,
Yeah,
whole wardrobe of 25,
right.
and I'm like, I literally
Oh,
am not gonna wear that.
right.
So,
Yeah,
I sort of took my stuff that I wear and put it in my closet and then put everything else elsewhere. And then elsewhere still exists and I still have to get rid of it. So that's
yeah,
what I'm doing. And I'm like, wow, I actually have been living without that stuff. And I wasn't looking for it.
right,
So
right.
yeah.
Then it becomes a cost, it's taking up your
Yeah,
space,
it
mental
is.
space, your
It
physical
is.
space, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But that's been
Excellent.
that's what I've been working on. But yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna wear that sweater next time,
I'm it's not I'm excited to see it. I don't know if it's the one I'm thinking of, but I'm excited to see it.
What color is the one you're thinking of?
Kelly Green.
Oh, no, there's a
No,
story
that
with that
doesn't
too.
exist, right?
No, it doesn't
That doesn't
exist. No.
exist. Okay, that's what
No,
I
no,
thought.
no.
Okay.
No, I know what you're talking about. But no, no, this, yeah, it'll be my in the lab piece next
Okay,
show.
yeah. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
excited for that then.
it's fun.
Alright.
Excellent.
Well, thank you
Well,
for
great show,
joining me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I've
thank
learned a
you.
lot. I learned a lot about, Rachel Scott and, history and, what she contributes herself to and how serious she is about her messages and, her collaboration and, what makes her stand out, I really appreciate that, and, I always say that you give me an opportunity to see, to know what it is I'm looking at when it happens in front of me, So,
Yeah.
I'm very grateful for that. I look forward to all of them. Fabulous. All right, we'll see you next time.
Alright, bye, Daddy.
All right, love you. Take care, babe.
Love you too.